COVID, this deadly disease. I wonder if it's strong enough to kill trees. Cause they said it's a dollar shortage and coins too. Damn, Barack, you see what change do? This disease changed you and me. This is the way the government said it had to be to prevent a catastrophe the mask would be. I knew safe haven from this nightmare on Elm Street like Wes Craven. And back to the mask and its purpose. Are we really safe if it can last 14 to 15 days on the surface? Then the lies surface. The government's a circus and instill fear, replace God with a serpent. Prepping us for a new world order. Depopulation. Agenda 21. We went from mass incarceration to human extermination. Testing the patience of a nation with race relations. Misdirection is the devil's immaculate conception. Giving birth with no intercourse, getting us to follow with no force. How can it be justice with no court, symptoms with no cough? Mass riots, agents hiding. I don't know if it's Trump or Biden, but they're one and the same. Them and the 1% are to blame. And what does the 19 C's have to do with the 5 G's? Radiation that could devour a man. How can we let these towers stand? This is our land. But everything ain't always what it seems. Some of us need to be awakened from this American dream. And those who swear by the mask will die from the vaccine. And if you think it's all about money, you didn't learn nothing from 2020.
University of Texas prestigious bioweapons research lab saying any vaccines for the coronavirus family cause massive autoimmune responses, strokes, and heart attacks, and blood clots. Look at this. They studied it on a whole bunch of animals, and it killed mass numbers of them. And we've already known this, but this is the University of Texas official laboratory. UT did this in 2012. You know, John Oliver goes, they sped this up in warp speed because they really been studying it for 20 years and knew how safe it was. No, dumbass. Every study said it's super deadly. And they went and picked the most super deadly thing they could to inject this with. Not the virus itself that it's a supposed cure for, but the cure is the disease, is the attack.
A total of 3,362 people apparently died after getting the COVID vaccine in the United States. 3,362. That's an average of roughly 30 people every day. So what does that add up to? By the way, that reporting period ended on April 23, and we don't have numbers past that, not quite up to date. But we can assume that another 360 people at that rate have died in the 12 days since. So you put it all together, and that is a total of 3,722 deaths. That's almost 4,000 people who died after getting the COVID vaccines. The actual number is almost certainly higher than that, perhaps vastly higher than that. The data we just cited come from the Vaccine Adverse Events Reporting System, VAERS. VAERS is managed by the CDC and the FDA. VAERS has received a lot of criticism over the years, some of it founded. Some critics have argued for a long time that VAERS undercounts vaccine injuries.